On pole position, Alessandro DiMario at a lap record 226.891.
Then we have Hank Botsberg and Matsudaira on row number 1 joining DiMario there. Bodie Page, Sam Drain, and Ella Drea. Next, we saw Sam Drain and Ella get together a little bit. Even though they didn't hit each other in the last corner, Greg, they made it interesting. Kopp, Mervis, King, Betancourt, Sanchez, and Garcia on the outside of row 4. And we have Landon Smith and Ian Fraley. So
Kenzai Matsudaira on that RoadRacingWorld.com machine. He's looking for a better race too. Your Mini Cup champion in the 190 class is the 74. Look at Ella Dreyer up the inside. Tries to sneak in, grab some positions, but looks like for the 22, although it looked like good position, had to roll out of it. She's going to settle back down into about 7th place. But out front, we got a race going on. Yeah, so DiMario is setting the pace just like he wants to. And they have the Mini Cup Championship where young kids are coming up through. It's a good feeder series, and this is what we're getting, is a pass for the lead by the 74. And DiMario's probably thinking, wait, what just happened?
What just happened? Good on Kenzie. That was a good draft and pass move before they got into the hard braking zone. So this is kind of what I was talking about. A few of the riders felt like there might be something. Look at the roll speed that DiMario has there. So for Kenzie to go hit the front, as you see Hank Vosberg now goes stuffing up the inside of DiMario. You know it's only a matter of time to the 65 of Bodie Page wants to get in there as well. DiMario turns it back up underneath Vosberg on the exit. So if nothing else, this is going to give DiMario at least something to think about, isn't it?
It certainly will. But out front is the 74. Let's welcome the third member of our broadcast team, Jamie Howe, into the mix as we have a lead change again.
Well, for Kenzai Matsudaira, who we were watching take that lead over from DiMario, still very thick in this battle, early stages of the race. He came into the weekend with so many unknowns. He hasn't been out here in Talent Cup all season long. This is the wild card entry. And for him, he has Stoney Landers, Rocco Landers, his dad, helping him this weekend. They've been learning so much over the course of the last couple of days. Ultimately, yesterday, what took him out early on was they broke the shifter lever, so he didn't get it all the laps that he wanted, but he did do a track day here just a couple of weeks ago so that he could come out this weekend, feel a lot more comfortable out here in these situations. But it's great to see this young talent coming out here and mixing it up this weekend, Greg.
Yeah, and he's with so many talented riders right now. If you look at who he's racing up, DiMario, who's got wins, Page, Vosberg, and Sam Drain behind it. Like, this is a talented field of racers, and Kenzie's put himself right in the mix.
Yeah, 100%, and nobody's getting away. And look at Ella. Ella right there in 5th. She's going to do her best to drag the other 2 or 3. I saw Cody Kopp in that there. I believe it's going to be Sam Drain just in behind her as well. So Sam Drain's kind of sandwiched between Ella and Cody Kopp. And if these 4 continue to duke it out, they're all going to get closer, although Ella's pulling away from the other 2 riders.
Yeah, she definitely got up into turn 1 and got shuffled back, the 22 who was in the mix yesterday. So she's able to close the gap. The long back straightaway might help or hurt. It depends if she's able to get in the draft. Just at the top of your screen is the 22 on the red machine, but it's the 65 a little too far away for the draft. So these 4 that are out front, the 31, 74. Here we go, draft and pass move to the back. The turn 12 off the back straightaway. Who's going to have the advantage?
This is what Ella needs, though, to get up to the back of everybody else. See this right here where Hank's going so tight? That's going to influence the other 2's corner speeds through the middle.
Bodie Page with a problem.
Bodie Page goes straight at the end of the back straightaway, and you're right, Greg. He does appear to have a problem. He's still looking down. Yeah.
As he was getting into the braking zone, he looked down at the dashboard, looked down at the bike, and we could tell it was going to be a problem for the 65. So up front, and look at the
Hank's
31.
In too deep. See this stuff here? This is the stuff that will hopefully bring another group in, although these 3 have actually pulled away just a little bit through that section. And what a view this is from our drone. High up above, you see the Coda Tower there that people are standing up on top of. Greg, what a view they have of this race as the riders come streaming around underneath them.
These 350 single CC, look how wide.
Mistake by Kenzie there, yeah.
It's okay, though. Not a lot of damage. He'll lose position there. But all of a sudden, DiMario's like, look, I've had enough of this messing around. I've got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I got a championship to win.
For him, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. Yeah. And he goes 227.418, fastest lap of the race so far for the 16-year-old out of Kentucky.
Yeah, this morning, Greg, he went 26.6 again on like his first or second lap. Now, the problem you're going to have here, these 2 are going to start fighting each other. And what they really should do is try to work together. But when they're doing this right here, running side by side or if the rider in front has to start protecting a lot.
That's when he starts to make mistakes. But when he takes it one lap at a time and he goes 100% each and every time across the stripe, that's when he's able to ride the races where he finds himself on the top step of the podium. And that was his mindset coming into the race. He said, I know the guys are going to be closer. I know they're going to try and stay with me longer. But he was going at it one lap at a time. And now you can see with 5 laps to go that it's all starting to pay out.
It is certainly starting to pay out for him, as now his lead has grown to over a second over these two, the 31 and the 74, duking it out. Vosberg and Matsudaira getting after it, and a little bit wide. It goes the 74. As these two, like you're talking about, Jason.
Yeah. As you see, DeMario goes 26.7 up in the front to two riders behind her, 27.8 and 28.0. So he's 1.3 seconds quicker. But for Ella, 29.2, 29.1 for Kopp, 30.1 for Sam. So
if you remember back to yesterday while you're talking about Sam Drain, the amount of chatter that he was dealing with and the rear wheel coming off of the racetrack seemingly a couple times at the end of the race, Sam Drain was also eager to see what changes he was going to have coming to the racetrack today. But unfortunately, in the morning warm-up, the team did forget to put extra fuel in it to get it around the racetrack. He wasn't able to complete a whole lap. So the siding lap, the warm-up lap, these opening laps of the race really have been the answering for Sam Drain. So
this battle for fourth here,
this battle for fourth between Dreyer and Kopp. If they can close the gap to within 2 seconds, one of these two could find themselves on the podium.
Yeah, you talked about that chain coming off. We saw that big moment from Cody Kopp where he lost the rear, and he said that's not what caused it, the chain coming off. Him actually snapping the bike is what caused the chain to pop off. So it was a chain reaction there, literally, so to speak. But he said it's a brand new day, and he was looking forward to being able to mix it up a little bit longer. Same in the case of Ella Dreyer. She was also struggling with grip. You talked about the changes.
And how about the 74? In the draft, goes 129.8 miles per hour in our speed trap off the back straightaway. That's 130 miles an hour for a 55 horsepower motorcycle. These things are absolutely flying.
Yeah, that's actually really fast, but you can see Kenzie can get under the bubble pretty well there.
In his quest to win this championship, breaks the track record one more time. 226.620, continuing to stretch this thing out now to 3.2 seconds.
Yeah, everybody behind him and the next 3 riders, they all did their personal bests as well. 27.4 for Vosberg that time by, 28.8 for Kenzie there. So
it's going to be interesting to see as this class moves forward, and the next time that we see the Parts Unlimited Talent Cup by Motul here at Circuit of the Americas, setting this benchmark time on his way out of this class to Mario, right, as he moves on to Super Sport. This is really impressive.
Yeah, and I got to correct myself, Greg, because that's actually, you see Vosberg go up underneath Kenzie in the S's here. Kenzie actually did a 26.8 that last lap, so only 0.2 off of what the leaders do, and that's really, that draft down the back straightaway can really help you. That's you made mention of the very high top speed.
This is what this entire class was designed for. An opportunity for riders to come up through the Mini Cup into MotoAmerica competition to not only experience racing on the racetrack, but also to get a good idea of how this paddock works. So these two continue to race. However, on our timing and scoring screens, it's the 31 of Vosberg, who basically has a 2-second lead over the 74 of Matsudaira, but hey, just let him race. And back behind, we saw that Sam Drain has now got his way past Ella Dreyer and Cody Kopp. The rider who's trying to keep this championship alive all the way back there is the 59.
Yeah, these guys are just hammering on each other a little bit here. You can see Vosberg saying, hey, we just keep doing this. This guy's getting further away, but it's too late for that anyways now.
As these riders continue to carve themselves up, now the gap 3.6 seconds. And the 74 right up the inside. And you can see Vosberg's like, oh, man, come on, let's just work together. But like you're saying, Jay, at this point, I think it's a little bit too late.
It is. Get this Road Racing World bike on the podium, as you can see again, stuffing it up the inside, last corner.
I mean, Matsudaira is trying to turn some heads, too.
Yeah, he's doing absolutely
let people know that he's
wrong,
here.
Yes.
You know, and that he deserves a ride in this class for next season. White flag out. So there goes Hank on his Tytler Cycles machine, and he's going to take over the position on the racetrack, still sitting in second place.
But here's the problem. He's got to not open the door. So he opened the door back. Kenzie just stuffed it. Now, Hank's going to try to do the same thing that just happened to him with Kenzie. Kenzie will probably close it off. So
and there he is, the 27 of Alessandro Di Mario. There is the 2 riders behind him. But Di Mario on this last lap on his way to winning his 3rd MotoAmerica championship in 2 years, his 2nd of the 2025 season. This 16-year-old from Italian lineage out of Kentucky on his way to take the checkered flag and the championship for the Parts Unlimited Talent Cup by Motul as he sails his way onto the Super Sport class next year. He'll come home with the win and the championship as these two come to the line. It's Vosberg in 2nd place, and Kenzie, here we go, the battle
Cody
to
Kopp.
the line as Cody Kopp was able to get around Sam Drain and Dreyer. So a good race for those 3, Kopp, Dreyer, and Drain, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, the experience, and he knew when he got in the lead, he put his head down and he broke away, and he's got that experience. He's not only winning these races, but winning Twins Cup races as well. And now,
so the race results show DeMario with a 5.5 second win over Vosberg, and Matsudayara with that 2-second penalty, and then Kopp, Dreyer, and Drain. 68 points between himself and Drain. Vosberg there with 77. So still some positions to be played at as we look forward to our next round at New Jersey Motorsports Park.